I will be filling in for your teacher, Miss Shami, who's been taking your English 1 class for the past few weeks, for the past few months. Today we will be doing a chapter. She's been doing your grammar portion, but I will be doing a portion from your textbook, that is chapter 28, composition, page 210. Before I start the class, I want you to be ready with your book as well as your copy and pen. So I'll give you exactly 30 seconds to run and get your copy, pen and your textbook. Okay, for those of you who do not have your textbook, please be ready with your copy and pen, because this class is very important. It is like the foundation basis for your English 1 subject. Okay, what I'm going to teach you today is important for class 9, class 10, class 11, class 12, and for your future career as well. Okay, are you ready with your books and pen? You have 10 seconds left. Good. If you're ready, then please write down chapter 28 in your copy. Please write it down. Chapter 28, page 210, composition. Okay, please be fast in writing because I will be going at a Rajdhani speed. Alright. Now, what is composition? Composition comes from the word compose. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of compose? It's very easy. What is the meaning of compose? I suppose you've heard this word before, compose. What does it mean? Shristi, do you know the meaning of compose? Pirshali, Raima, I think you are all in this group, okay? Compose means what? To write, okay, or to form by oneself. Very simple, no need to write this, alright? Compose means what? Creating a tone, iman, okay, that is also correct. Compose means when you write something or when you form something by yourself, that is called compose, okay, it is correct. That is also correct answer, okay. So it can be anything. It can be a song, it can be a poem, it can be a story, it can be an experience, okay, that you write by yourself. It can be anything, alright. So compose basically means to write or to form by oneself, okay. So suppose I ask you to compose a paragraph, okay, about your life, okay, compose a paragraph about your life. Now, will you all be writing the same composition? Will you all be writing the same words, the same full stop, the same lines? No, because your life is different from the life of your classmates or whatever, okay. So compose is totally original, okay, not duplicated, okay, not copy pasted, okay. You cannot copy from others and write that as your own. That is called plagiarism, okay. Plagiarism is a very serious offense in any literature writing. Why? Because copying somebody's work, okay, it's a form of an offense, means it's a kind of a crime, I should say, alright. So you cannot copy somebody's writing and say that it is your composition. No, it cannot be, okay. It has to be written by yourself and it has to be original. It must come from you. So that is the two basic things that you need to know about composition, okay. So that leads us to a question, alright, where you may ask me, you may say, then Miss, what about all those essays that we learned in class 3, 4, 5 and all? Those were nothing but your it's just you memorize them, okay. But then from class 8, 9, 10 and your classes above, you are expected to write your own, okay. You are expected to compose your own, alright. You cannot copy from others. Shristi cannot say that, oh, I will copy from Jenny all right? And she cannot say that, Jenny cannot say, oh, I'll copy from Kumali, all right? Nobody can say that. You must be able to write by yourself, express your own feelings and your own ideas. That is called composition, okay? I'll repeat again, composition is nothing but compose, okay? It can be anything in the form of writing, to write or to form by oneself, and it is totally original, okay? So in your book, there are different kinds of composition, okay? In page 210, you have the first composition, that is message writing, but this is a little bit, outdated already, because nowadays we have WhatsApp, we have Messenger, okay, then we have Snapchats, we have so many other various ways of communicating a message or giving a message. So I will not go into this message writing, but instead I will go directly to this one, page 221. I want you to go to page 221, okay? Different kinds of composition. Number one, we have narrative. Narrative composition, okay? Narrative comes from the word narrate. And yes, please write this down, okay? The first one under composition, please write down the page number so that you can easily find it in your book, okay? Page 221, the first kind of composition is narrative. It comes from the word narrate, okay? Which means to tell from experience. Please write this down too. Okay, narrative means narrate, okay, to tell from experience. All right, example, a visit to the park. Another example I can give you, Teachers' Day in your school. Okay, these are few examples. All right, so basically what will you write in a composition that says a visit to the park? Means you have gone to the park, all right, you have seen things, you have experienced some things, you heard some sounds, you saw some people, some animals or birds, okay? So you write about your experience. That is called a narrative composition. I repeat, narrative composition is what? To tell from experience, what you see, what you hear, okay, what you feel, those are nothing but narration. So a visit to the park means what? You are telling from experience. You are writing from your experience. So that is a narrative composition. Another example is Teachers' Day in your school. Okay, you have spent maybe minimum you have spent 5 years in the school. You have experienced how Teachers' Day goes in our school. Every Teachers' Day is different, or sometimes it's the same. Okay, so if somebody or if a question comes, okay, write a composition about Teachers' Day in your school. What kind of composition is this? This is nothing but narrative composition. Okay, in a narrative composition, you tell from your experience, what you saw, what you hear, what you feel, what you experience, okay, what you can, what you expect, all those things also come from experience. And it is always written in the first person narrative, okay, first person narrative. Please write this down too. All right, first person narrative. So in a narrative composition, okay, you cannot say, you cannot write from somebody else who was never there. If you never went to the park, I don't think so you'll be able to write anything about what happened in the park. If you never experienced a Teacher's Day in the school, there is no way you can write from there, okay? Even though you can write, that comes under imaginative composition, which we will come to later, all right? So it's written first person. First person means what? You were there. You had experienced it, okay, you felt the emotion, all right, you saw what happened, and so you were writing about that. first person narrative, and it is written in the past tense. Not future, not present. You can write in the present also, okay? Past tense or present tense. Alright, past tense means what? I went to the park yesterday. That is a past tense. I is a first person narrative, okay? I went to the park yesterday. Or I attended the Teachers' Day program in our school. So, attended, I went, these are nothing but past tense, okay? Past tense of the word going. So, what happens in a narrative composition is that you tell it in the first person narrative, means you are involved, okay? And you also tell it in the past tense or in the present tense. Where, for example, if you are still there, okay, then you can tell, I am in the park, okay? I saw a bird flying from one tree to the other. I saw a snake from behind a tree, okay? So, these are nothing but narrative composition. Are you clear about this? Can I see hands? If you're clear, say yes. If you're not, you can ask me. Okay. Next, we will go to number 2. It is not there in your book, but I would like you to know this. Number 2 is imaginative. Okay. Imaginative. Please copy this down. Imaginative. Alright. Okay. Now, imaginative comes from what word? Can I just see the board? Imaginative comes from what word? Can you tell me? Come on, you know this. Imagination. Very good. Alright, imaginative comes from the word imagination. Okay, now who does the work of imagining? To think something. Very good, mind. That is also correct. Okay, you guys are actually smarter than I thought. Now, imaginative is nothing but comes from imagination. Okay, from one's mind, thoughts. Okay, so imagination is from the mind, comes from the mind, comes from the thoughts. Okay, and it can be real or unreal. Please write this down. Okay, imaginative comes from the word imagine, okay, or imagination, which is in the mind and in the thoughts, and it can be real or unreal. Okay, sometimes imaginations do come real. Okay, I imagine that I was eating ice cream. You may actually eat an ice cream today. Okay, you never know. So, imagination can be real, unreal, okay? But most of the time it is unreal. Okay, most of the time it's unreal. Sometimes imagination don't come true. Okay, imagine that you're flying, it will never come true. Now, what are the examples that you can have in imaginative composition? If I were a bird. Okay, if I were a bird. Another example will be if I had a million instead of dollars, let's write rupees. Okay, if I had a million rupees. Okay, will you ever be a bird? Yes or no? I don't want the same people to answer me. Another people answer. Another students. Not the same people again and again. Okay, those who have been answering, give chance to others also. Othaniel, will you ever be a bird? Can you tell me? Yes or no? Abir is thinking. Why are you thinking? Yes, Rohan says no, miss. Okay? Na. No, na is not an English word. Na is a Bengali word. This is not a Bengali class. It's an English class. Okay? Use the word no. Okay? Not na. Don't use any other languages except English. Okay? So, if I were a bird, this is an imaginative composition. Why? Because as a human being, we will never be able to become a bird. But we can imagine, we can think, if we were a bird, if I were a bird, what would I do? Okay? If I were a bird, I will fly over the ocean. If I were a bird, I will fly to the highest mountain. If I were a bird, I will eat worms. Ew. Okay? So there are many things that you can imagine, all right, and that you can write about. So that is called an imaginative composition. Clear? Yes or no? Another example, if I had ₹1,000,000, okay, if you had ₹1,000,000, there's so many things you can do with money, all right? If I had ₹1,000,000, I will, maybe I will buy an iPhone. If I had ₹1,000,000, I would go to London. If I had ₹1,000,000, I will give to the poor, to the orphans, okay? Or I will help I will give it in donation to the hospital. There are many things that you can imagine if you had ₹1,000,000. So these kind of compositions are called imaginative composition. Clear? Can we go to number 3? Okay, I'll rub this off. I hope you have written it down. Number 3, very important, descriptive. Write this down. Number 3, descriptive. Okay? Descriptive comes from the word, let me see, who knows this? Descriptive comes from the word, Triyasha, tell me, descriptive comes from what word? Description, describe, description, very good. Nikoma, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, describe, very good. Descriptive means describe. Okay, it comes from the word describe. Describe, all right, example. You are the, oh wait, not this one. What example should I give you? Okay. Describe living in Agartala. Okay. Describe living in Agartala. Or describe how the people in the villages live. Okay, so these are a few examples of a descriptive composition. Okay, describe means what? You describe, you explain about something. Describe is nothing but to explain. Okay, or in short, to make more clear. Yes, write this down. Okay. Number 3, descriptive comes from the word describe. Describe meaning to explain or to make more clear. All right. Example, describe living in Agartala. Okay, you've lived in Agartala, at least like some of you have lived in Agartala for quite a few years. Okay, so describe how was your experience living. It's a little bit with narrative, but then here it's more like descriptive. Okay, you don't only describe your experience, you also describe about the place, okay, the people, the culture, the tradition, the climate, okay, the weather. You describe about the scenic beauty. Okay, these are a part of a descriptive composition. Describe living in Agartala. You not only describe your experience, but you also describe about others. Okay, which part you didn't understand? Sampa Chakraborty. Which part you didn't understand? Please let me know so that I can clear it out and I'll go to the next one. The handwriting is not clear. Okay. This is descriptive. D-E-S-C-R-I-P-T-I-V-E. Descriptive. It's all there in your book. That's why I said please sit with your book and your copy. Okay. Descriptive. Okay. Descriptive means to describe. Okay. Descriptive means to describe. Describe means to explain. Okay. Like how I'm explaining to you right now. To explain or to make more clear. But basically in a composition we do it in writing. We don't say it out loud. Okay. We do it in writing. Example, describe living in Agartala, or describe how the people in the villages live. Now some of us are living in the villages right now. Okay. We are living in our own hometowns. So how is it, how are the people in the village live? How do people in the village live? They get up early in the morning, they sleep very early at night, they don't, they go to the restaurants, okay, instead they go to the field, to the forest. How do they get the food, okay, how do they live every day, how is the climate, all those things, okay, what are the animals at villages, all these things are part of descriptive composition. Clear? Okay, all right, then we'll go to number 4. Argumentative. Okay, argumentative. A-R-G-U-M-E-N-T-A-T-I-V-E. Please write it down. A-R-G-U-M-E-N-T-A-T-I-V-E. Argumentative. Now, from which word do we get the word argumentative? Iman Vlogger, tell me, from which word do we get the word argumentative? Argument, very good. Okay. What is the meaning of argument? Argument means what you're doing right now, okay? Just like Iman Vlogger just argued with me just now. He said that, no miss, people do not get up early in the villages. What is that? That is nothing but argument. He disagreed with me, okay? So argument is nothing but disagreement. Okay, write this down. Argumentative comes from the word argument, which means disagreement. Okay, so disagreement doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean quarreling, okay, it doesn't mean fighting, it just means that you do not agree with something that somebody said or something that somebody believes in. Example, I'll give you a tough one. Social media, not social media, technology is a better teacher than teachers. Okay, I hope you can see this. Example, technology is a better teacher than teachers. I hope you got it. Technology is a better teacher than teachers. Now, what happens in an argumentative composition is that the question will come like this. Technology is a better teacher than teachers. Okay, give your views. Alright, question usually comes like this, okay? Edison, what do you mean by PUBG? Listen, in this class, you're supposed to communicate with me, not to each other. If you want to communicate with each other, you might as well leave the class, okay? And don't ever come back, alright? That is how we are serious with you, okay? So don't abuse your privileges, alright? You're having a privilege of getting to come to a live class like this, but don't abuse it. Okay, this is the last warning, because tomorrow in your next class I'm not going to entertain any such. If you are going to do such things, then we will block you out now and forever. Okay, tata, bye bye. So argumentative means what? It's a disagreement. Question will come like this: technology is a better teacher than teachers. Technology means what? Nothing but internet. Okay, for example, now in the internet you have almost everything. You can learn almost everything. Okay, suppose you type 3 types of lever, L-E-V-E-R, the one that you're doing in physics. Okay, 3 types of lever, or laws of reflection, or the periodic table. Okay, or for example, you want to know more about grammar. Okay, so you type nouns. Everything is there in technology, in internet. Okay, in Google, in YouTube, you've got everything. In fact, sometimes you may not even need to come to school also. Some may say that. Okay, so what does an argumentative composition do? It does nothing but it gives for or against. Okay, give your views for or against. Okay, this statement. Okay, so usually questions come like this: give your views for or against. For means what? You agree with what this is saying. Okay, you agree with the topic that says technology is better teacher than teachers. Now, some of us may not agree. Okay, some of us may say that no, teachers are better than technology. Okay, because with teachers we can interact face to face. Teachers understand us emotionally. Teachers they can listen to our questions. All right, teachers help us in our weaknesses. You may have points after points after points. So in an argumentative composition, you can give either for or against. For means you agree, against means you disagree. Alright, but then this is not quarreling, this is not fighting. Okay, this is just putting out your views. That's why this is very important, this word. Okay, your views. What is your opinion? What is your view? What is your thinking about this statement? Okay, so that is argumentative composition. Any question? Because I still have one more. Any question? Very good. Then let's go to the 5th one. Number 5, picture composition. Okay, picture, or you can also write storytelling. Just write this down: picture or storytelling. Okay, so I hope that you all pass class 8 this year, because next year composition is going to come this way. Okay, and you will be asked to choose any one. All right, it will not come as narrative, imaginative. Questions will be there. Okay, but each question will be one of this type. Okay, one from each, one from narrative, one from imaginative, one from descriptive, one from argumentative, and one from a picture. A picture will be given to you. Okay, and you will have to write a story about it, or you can talk about the picture. Okay, I'll give you an example from your book. Go to page 227. Okay, for this I'll give you page number. Page 227. Okay, let me show you. In page 227, okay, they've given you a picture. Alright, and then the question says, write an original short story on these 2 characters. There's also another picture down there. Here is the picture that you took when you visited a mountain resort. Write a descriptive composition on all that you saw, heard, smelled, tasted, and felt. Alright, so basically what does as a picture composition or a storytelling composition do? It does nothing but it gives you a picture, okay? Yes, don't worry about how many types are given, okay? Usually in class 9 and 10, the other two will come in exam or what? Exam, we will not tell you what will come in the exam. You have to be prepared, okay? We cannot tell you what is going to come. In that way, then you will be, it'll be like giving you the question paper. Remember, in English 1 is an unseen paper, okay? You can never tell, you can never know what is coming, all right? So in picture and storytelling composition, a picture is given. Based on that picture, okay, either you write a story, all right, either you write a story, or either you describe it, or you narrate something, all right. So in storytelling, you either describe it or you narrate something. So this is simply picture composition, okay. So in the picture that is given in page 227, there are two ladies there. One is dressed wearing a sari, okay, and the other is wearing a frock and a hat, all right. So how will you describe these two characters here? One is an Indian woman and one is maybe a Western woman. So maybe you can talk about these two women being friends, okay. Maybe you can write a story, and remember, story is always imaginative, all right. Story is always imaginative, always comes from an imagination. Or sometimes you can tell an original story. There is no hard and fast rule here, okay. There is no rule. Don't distract me with online exam now. Please pay attention in the class, okay. Then in storytelling, you can also talk about the environment there, okay. For example, these two characters are sitting in one of the lawn, okay, in the garden, and they are talking about how their cultures are so different. You can talk about that, okay. You can also write something about these two women just became friends and then they start to exchange their views, okay. So these are the different kinds of approaches that you can write about in picture composition. Okay, so let's rewind just for 1 minute. Let's rewind. How many types of composition are there? We have narrative, imaginative, descriptive, argumentative, and picture or storytelling composition. Okay, and out of these 5, you will be asked to choose one. Okay, but then as a teacher, I would personally suggest to you that you try writing on all of these. Okay, start writing. Abir, don't distract the class. Okay, so are you clear about this? Do you have any question? If you have any question, ask me now, because I will be moving on to the next type of composition. Okay, can I rub the board? All right, good. When we talk of composition, remember essay also come under composition, okay? But in higher classes, like till class 5, 6 and 7, okay, till class 5, 6, 7, till the last year, you know writing essay. But from class 8 onward, it will no longer be called essay, because you are dealing with 5 types of composition, okay, which is narrative, argumentative, imaginative, picture, storytelling, all right. So these are called composition. You cannot call them essay anymore. So please keep that in mind, all right. No more, don't say, oh, we will have to learn essay. No, that is very wrong. You cannot learn an essay, okay. You have to compose one, all right. Nothing has to be memorized, because then it will be called, what is the word? Plagiarism, okay. Now, under composition, we have those 5 things, okay. We also have this thing called letter writing. Please write this down. Letter writing, okay. This also falls under composition. Yes, okay. Letter also, I know how many of you used to memorize letters. You memorize applications, okay. If that person is writing one spelling mistake, 10, 20 of you will make the same mistake. Why? Because you've been copying and memorizing from each other. Okay? So, teachers, we know that. So, that's why Today, when I do this letter writing, I want to make it clear to you that letter writing is also part of composition. And remember, when we say composition, we mean compose originally. Okay? So you cannot write the same letter that Abir wrote. You cannot write the same letter that Shristi wrote. You cannot write the same letter that your friends wrote. Okay? Alright? Chusrang cannot copy from others. Why? Because it is not his composition. So even in letter writing, it has to be original. Okay, let me write this down for you. Original. Okay, you have to write it originally from your own. You cannot write a copy paste thing. Okay, turn with me to your book, page 212. Okay. Letter writing, page 212. Page 212. Whatever I write on the board, I need you to write it in your copy. Some of you, you just attend the class and then you don't write anything, and later on when assignment comes, you mug off from others. Okay? This is not going to happen. Alright? We will not be entertaining people who do shortcut. Okay, there is no shortcut in grammar. You have to be able to do it by yourself. Okay, now when it comes to letter writing, we have two types. Can you tell me? When it comes to letter writing, we have two types. What are they? It's right there below your nose in your book. What are they? Very good, Elisa. Formal and informal. Okay, I think Rabidas is somebody. Okay, formal and informal. Very good. All right, first we will do formal. Write this down too. And here we have informal. Some of you may say, Miss, we've been doing this since class 3. Correct. You've been doing it since class 3, but you have been mukostoing it. Okay? You've been memorizing how to write it. But in class 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on and so forth, we were not going to tell you, nobody is going to tell you that this letter is going to come, this application is going to come. Okay? You will get what you did not expect. Alright? So, this class is basically to prepare you, okay, to expect the unexpected. Alright? Now, some of you may be panicking right now. Don't panic, okay? This is very simple, very easy. Now, how many of you have written real letters? Can I see hands? How many of you have written real letters? I'm not talking about the letters that you write in your answer paper in the school exam. Okay? Letters means real letters. How many of you have written letters? Time's up, no? Not a single one. Okay. So, see, letters are very, very olden way of delivering message. Okay. Letters are mainly used for what? I will write this somewhere here. Okay. To inform. Okay. Request. Informed, request, and what else is written in your book? One more thing. Complain. Okay, sometimes to thank, etc. Alright, so letters are basically written to inform something. Okay, for example, you want to inform the principal that you will not be able to attend the school because your brother is getting married. That is informing. Okay, to request. Alright, you're requesting the principal or requesting your house owner that you're not able to pay the house rent, okay, or you're not able to pay the school fees because of some financial problem. That is, you're requesting somebody, okay, to understand you. Letters are written to complain. For example, your electricity is not working, okay, or the road in your locality or in your village is very bad. So you're complaining to the headman of the village or to the headman of your locality, saying that the road has been bad, there is no repair on this road for many years now, so you're complaining. Okay, letters are written to complain. Letters are also written to thank. For example, you got a nice watch on your birthday from your uncle or auntie or from your friend. You want to thank that person. So letters are written to kind of accommodate things which you want to say, but it's not enough saying orally. Okay, so you write it in hand. So in the olden days, even now also, people write letters. Okay, and letters are the most formal way of communication. Okay, now for example, if I as a teacher, I cannot come to the school say for 1 week. I cannot go and tell the principal and tell her, ma'am, I cannot come to the school for 1 week. I'm going to take leave. That is very informal way of saying. Okay, that is very casual. That is not formal. Formal means what? I personally write a letter. In fact, I type it out, okay, to the principal, and then I say I will not be able to come to school because I have to go for my medical treatment. Okay, then I write my name and the class teacher, and then I submit it. Now that becomes very formal. It becomes very original, authentic, okay, and it becomes very serious case. So letters are written to project or to say out something that is very serious, or some things that can be taken very seriously. Okay, so we have two types, formal and informal. And in the formal, okay, we usually write to people who are our authorities, okay, who are above us. For example, officers, newspaper editors, advertisement agencies, principals, okay, class teachers. Then what other examples can I give you? To the police station, okay. So formal letters are written to those people who are in the authority, who are in the higher rank. Informal is written to somebody whom you're close to. For example, a friend, your family member, your parents, your grandparents, okay. You can also write to your cousins, you can also write to your neighbors, okay. These informal letters are written to those people whom you are close to. Alright, but I want to deal with them individually. Okay, there are certain way of writing letters. First, we will do formal. Please tell me when my time is up, okay? Is it up? I'll wrap up. Okay. So I will do it in detail tomorrow. Okay. I think I might have class with you tomorrow again. So please be ready. Please tell your friends to not miss this class, because we are not going to repeat this again. Okay. Whatever is being taught in the live classes, we will be expecting you to know it. So therefore, you be very regular in your classes. So today we learn about composition, okay, we learn about the 5 types of composition that you may get in your question paper. Also we were doing letter writing, which is also composition, alright, but then these has 2 types, formal and informal, about which I'll be doing in detail tomorrow. There's a certain format of writing, okay, so please be regular in your classes, stay safe, okay, and help your parents, and have a good day. Thank you. Can informal letters be used for announcing something? No. You cannot announce anything through formal letters, because if you do want to announce something, that will be called a notice. Notice is mainly used for announcement. Okay, notice is made for announcements. Okay, so you cannot announce anything through letter, but yes, you can inform, you can request, complain, or thank somebody. Okay, but then this notice actually you will be doing in class 9. So I don't want to waste your time doing it now. Okay, because if I do it now, then you'll be confused with some other thing. Okay, is that clear? All right. Yes, there will be an exam. So please keep in touch with your books, okay? Don't take it lightly, don't take the classes lightly. Please keep in touch with your books. And yes, we will be conducting the exams very soon. All right, I'll take your leave. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.